Welcome to Stampede Your Business.
Stampede Your Business.
Episode 0.
Hi, I'm Bobby Glenn James, and this is
Brett Rich.
And we are a part of Stampede Digital Systems, and we're happy to be here to talk to you about stampeding your business. What does that mean, Brett?
Well, Stampede Your Business is all about starting a business from scratch and creating something awesome and huge. You think about a stampede, the imagery of a stampede. It's not one person going at it alone, is it? It's a huge group of people that are just marching in the same direction. Nothing gets in its way. Everything flees, and if it can't flee, it gets demolished. Right?
Roll over.
Ciao.
So that's what we're creating here.
So that's what we're creating.
I mean, this
here.
is episode 0, so we're just letting people know what this thing is about, and I know your vision, I know my vision of what we want to create here, and the big deal is there are a lot of small business owners out there, and you and me both have been small business owners, and we know what it's like to fail, we know what it's like to make mistakes, and we know that you can't really do great things alone.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all. That the whole idea when you're creating a business is that you need someone by your side. I mean, there's no Steve Jobs without
Steve Wozniak.
And there's no
Bill Gates. Without Allen. Yeah.
Without
Steve Allen? Anyway.
Yeah.
That's sad. But anyway, it was 2 of them.
all of the greats.
All of the greats.
Come in 2 or more.
Yes. Yeah. And even you don't hear about all the people that helped Zuckerberg with Facebook, but even Zuckerberg didn't do it alone. He did not create Facebook by himself.
Not at all.
And in fact, I've heard stories that he was interested in a different project that they were working on, and he was kind of getting bored with the concept, and they goes, you know what? You should probably not be focusing on this. We really think this thing has a better option. He was really kind of excited about some peer-to-peer stuff that he was working with. And they're like, dude, no, let's do this social thing.
Let's kind of stay focused.
So we don't do it alone. What's the purpose of this podcast? I know we've been talking, and I know you have this powerful vision. And Brett, I know you've put so much energy and focus. I've been, to be humbly, I've kind of been a mentor of yours, and you have absolutely been a mentor of mine. And we've learned from each other so much.
It's a very symbiotic relationship.
Absolutely. And we talk about this all the time, that as teachers, we learn so much.
Oh yeah, we do. The first business that I tried to create, I was trying to build mastermind groups. And I was charging for these mastermind groups and getting people to come. And the structure of the mastermind group was to have the people teach, let them teach. I gave them what to teach. I gave them the information, and then they had to turn around and teach it to the rest of the group. And I loved that because I got to learn just by showing up to my own business. And I decided from that point forth that I will never do anything where I'm not learning and growing. There won't be any kind of business in my future where I don't get a chance to learn and grow. And so having powerful business partners
that push you, that hold you accountable,
hold you accountable, and give you alternate perspectives.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the Stampede Your Business came from this idea that came from a series of books that you were handing to me. And you're like, hey, Brett, read this one. Read this one.
Oh, this one's good.
Yeah,
this one
good.
You need to have.
Yeah. And I started digesting these.
Oh my gosh, you just ate it up. It reminds me of that in The Grinch, where Jim Carrey, he's the party person, and they're shoving the pudding in his mouth. He's like, "Give it to me, give me. Okay, yeah, give me some more, give me some." And they're shoving the cookies and stuff, and he's like, "Yeah." I felt you're like, "Yeah, come on, give me another one, give me another one."
I kind of thought more along the lines of Neo, but okay.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
all right.
Just downloading information
like
in
the
my
Matrix.
brain.
Okay,
Yeah,
you want the red pill or the blue pill, baby?
Oh, it's not about the pill, man. It's about the information. Just download it. Download it in the brain. I need that stuff. I'm hungry.
And you did. It was amazing because you would take a book and then all of a sudden you would give me like 10, 15 page report of all of the powerful things that you learned from that book.
I don't think you ever asked me to do that.
No. But every time you would do it, I'm like, man, this is gold. I mean, you got this business mindset that you said, oh, this is important. This is important. This is important. And these little things that you've written are powerful. And it's where Stampede came from, truthfully. Stampede Digital Systems, I think we've morphed into all of those cool things that you've created about understanding customers and how to connect to customers and understanding that, and we talk about know, like, and trust all the time, but it really is the key.
Oh, yeah.
When people know, like, and trust you, they will do business with you. They will spend money on you when they know, like, and trust you. If you try and marry them the second you say hello, they will run the other way.
Or they'll probably punch you in the face first.
Well, really? Wow.
Oh, I don't
you
know.
hang around some mean people, dude.
Defense, self-defense.
Yeah, self-defense. I'm excited when it's funny because you had said that you had talked about, hey, I want to do this podcast a while back. And then I'm talking to you today and like, dude, I think we should do this podcast. And you're like, dude, I already said that. I already said we should do this podcast.
We got to do a podcast. Yeah.
And the big thing is we're going to talk about the journey that Stampede Digital Systems is on.
Yeah, absolutely. So with all those books that I digested, I created kind of a business plan. And this business plan that the way that I look at it is we are creating this $1 million business with just a pen and paper. We're building all this out and figuring out every little bit, but implementing that pen and paper business plan.
We've taken over a year to kind of write it out, don't you think? I mean, it's been a year now, or a little over a year, that the brainchild in my head that was originally just a mastermind have morphed into this business development group, Stampede Digital Systems. And you came in with such vision and such excitement, and we've got Troy, and we have this powerful team now of co-creators, and it took us a while to write this. I mean, when you say pen and paper, it took us a while to understand what this is.
Oh,
it took us a year, and that's business owners, people out there. If you think you're going to make it overnight and going to make this big old giant company overnight, you're wrong. Nobody does an overnight success.
Well, and you can sit down all by yourself and figure something out in probably a couple hours, maybe even a day or two, depending on how much detail you're going into. But when you start mixing other people's ideas into the thing, it takes a while before you really figure out what this is.
True. It's a good and bad. It's both good and bad.
Well, it's a beautiful thing, really.
5 heads are better than one, but it's also
it's more chaotic than one. There's a lot more chaos with 5 heads than one.
Yep.
Absolutely. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I totally would not have it any other way. The stampeding your business is the only way to go. I started out as a networking specialist. I started out teaching people about networking, and I found out through the process of becoming a networking specialist how valuable networking was to me. I used to hate it. I used to think that networking was the dumbest thing. It was awful. It was frustrating. It was like it was a necessary evil to be able to advance. It was akin to duping people. And
here's my business card, man. You need me. You can do some business with me, man.
Yeah.
Here's my business card, man. You love doing business with me.
Oh, hey, remember when we talked last week?
Yeah.
You remember me?
Yeah, I had this cool thing that
I'm your buddy now, and I don't know anything about you. I don't even care, but I'm your buddy, and I'm going to email you every week now until you hate me.
Wow, I think you nailed it. So what's the difference?
Difference is creating value. I mean, there's so much power in giving and creating value. Networking the way that I've done to connect with people like you who have the capacity to build a business with us. It's so great because we complement each other so well. You and I, we both are visionaries. I am very metric
task
oriented. I love to see things come into order. And I create stuff.
And I like the clouds.
And you love the clouds. but the clouds, that's where the sun is. That's where you get to shine on everyone.
Yeah.
You know, and you just connect with people, you influence people, you're an influencer. And so working together, we have a really powerful team.
But then
we bring Troy into the mix. Now, if you're listening and you are not a salesperson, that's okay. Sales is important. At some point in your life, you have to be the best salesman in the room if you want to be successful. You have to be, but you only have to do it once. You only have to do it once. Be the best salesman in the room. That takes practice. But if you get someone that loves sales on your team, holy cow, you've got
gold.
You've got gold. But if you're the salesperson, find someone that's operationally minded.
We mesh, and then we brought Ryan on too, which like is the trifecta now. Well, it's not it's a
quadfecta.
of a powerhouse, because he's the creative that just has this creative mind that none of us can wrap our heads around, and so we have a powerful team. And that's what Stampede Your Business is all about.
Well, and beyond that, I mean, we've Stampede Digital Systems is a company that reaches out to other businesses and finds people that are doing the stuff that we are not doing. That is.
And get them to those people.
Is a great marriage to what we're doing, though.
It's exciting.
We look for people that complement us, businesses that complement what we're doing, and then we say, hey, to our clients, we say, hey, look, we've got all this package offer that we can give to you. It's so cool because on the front end, Stampede is a business development company. We will teach you how to be a better business, primarily from the standpoint of understanding what your customers see and how to get them to know, like, and trust you. But then you pull back the curtain, and we're really just a networking company. We network with other businesses to provide super awesome value for you. And that's what I love about Stampede. I love both sides of the curtain, man.
Right.
I love both sides of the curtain. Because I love educating people. I love building and empowering people with what they already have.
Yeah.
I don't have to give you anything. I just have to show you what you got.
Right.
And you have something so powerful, and that's what we do. But then on the other side of the curtain, we're doing the same thing in a different way by we're empowering these awesome businesses to reach a whole new market segment, because they mesh well with what we do.
Yeah. Can I tell the story of the story of Stampede Digital Systems?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I think it's relevant for episode 0. So I'm a business owner, and I've got a lot of projects. I've got, several businesses under my belt, and I've always got something going on. And I've spent lots of money on marketing and salespeople and all that stuff. And I had a different podcast. I had another podcast and I wanted a sales funnel. So I went looking for a do-it-yourself. It was a podcast. It wasn't really monetized. So it wasn't, we weren't sitting there going, oh, how are we going to make millions of dollars doing this podcast? I just love podcasting, truthfully. It's just a blast to me to sit and shoot the bull and talk about cool stuff. But we wanted a funnel. A creative funnel. So I started doing a bunch of research and I looked at all the different companies out there that had funnels. And, I love Russell Brunson and ClickFunnels does a great job. But I wasn't just going to stop there. I'd used ClickFunnels in the past and I just was looking for other options. And I found Builderall. And this is not necessarily a pitch for Builderall, but when I looked at Builderall and it had so many other things, I'm like, oh my gosh, it has what I was looking for, but it also had all of this other stuff. And I did a bunch of research and I looked at all the other groups. And for me, I said, hey, this is what I'm looking for. Well, I just asked, and I didn't think about being an affiliate or, getting millions. I just wanted a product that I could use for our little podcast. And I started mentioning, I go to entrepreneur groups and I go to these networks. I'm a big networker. I know lots of people. I love connecting. And I just mentioned it. Hey, dude, I found this cool thing. And people were like, what, really? Oh, wow. And all of a sudden I had all these people under me as affiliates. And I'm like, what the crap is going on? I didn't think of this as a business model or anything like that. But we started getting together as a mastermind. And then we started talking about, why don't we create a company around this? Why don't we do something? And all of a sudden, Stampede was born out of this need to use some tools that I found online. And because I'm a business owner, I don't like to do that stuff. So I always hire people. I found the tool, but then I paid people to do the stuff for me. And then I realized, you know what? There's a lot of people out there that just want to work on their business. They don't have the time to make a website from scratch, but they don't have a lot of money because they're bootstrapping.
Yeah.
And I saw, oh my gosh, there is a real need here because like so many of us small business owners, I've been ripped off before. I've spent lots of money on web design to have crap or whatever. So long story short, Stampede was born out of just doing some search and looking for some tools and realizing there is a great need out there for small businesses to have something that works. And then we started getting deep, and I got deep with you, and we started realizing we need to educate business owners. We need to educate them what works. There are certain things that getting people to know, like, and trust you will always work. And then there's gimmicky crap that may work for a minute, but it's not going to work all the time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and people start to
they see right through it, and they see through it very quickly. But if you're really open and honest and connect to them, and this is what my business is, and the reason we talk about why all the time, Simon Sinek, everybody talks about, start with why.
Start with why.
And there's a reason that has become so big and popular because it's a truth, and it will always be a truth. That when we start with why,
people learn to know, like, and trust you.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
And one of the things that we decided when we started to create Stampede is that we weren't going to build websites like everybody else.
Right.
We weren't going
You've
to
done
do
a
the
lot
same,
of work.
We weren't going to do the same thing that everybody else did. Because when you go to a web developer and you say, hey, I need a website, they say, okay, give me the copy and I'll build it for you. Well, first of all, that doesn't work. Second,
and 6 months later, you've paid them, and they're like, "Well, you haven't given us anything, so there's nothing we can do about it."
Right? I need some direction. Well, it's your stuff. I
don't know
I don't know your business. What are you thinking?
You got to give me the text, and I'll throw it up on the page and make it look really good.
Or you give them a lot of copy, they build a website, and they make a great website for you.
Looks good.
It looks good.
$1 million.
But then you want to do something different and they don't like it. So they own the copy. They own the website. They won't give it to you. They won't relinquish it. You don't have any control, any power, and you have to start from scratch all over again if you want to build a new website or go a different way.
And I can hear people saying, "No, that can't happen." Oh yeah, it happens. You
have
get
a
held
friend.
hostage from technology all the time.
I have a friend that she had a mentoring business, and she had it all up online. She had this beautiful website. It was amazing. And she couldn't keep paying the fees that her web designer was charging monthly to manage, not just maintain, but manage the website. I don't think he was doing anything to really manage it, but she couldn't pay the fees. She wanted something a little bit less expensive. She had to take her website down. She lost her website, everything, a year's worth of business productivity and development gone.
Yeah.
And it happens. It hurts.
And we're, that's the whole key, is that we're about doing what works for the business owner.
Yeah.
And to maybe find out some traps or get away from some traps and things like that. So tell us a little bit about this whole concept of Stampede Your Business. I know we've been talking about it this whole time, but I know the vision here, at least for this first season or series of episodes, is to kind of go down the journey of kind of what you learned in the different things and all of the stuff that you've put together. The reason we do sales sites and not websites.
Yeah, so we'll probably have an episode focused on sales sites over websites. We definitely want to share.
Isn't that just a landing page?
Mm-hmm. It's a lot more than just a landing page.
It's a lot more than just a landing page, because I get that from people. Isn't that just a landing page?
Tell me what a landing page is. I mean, what do you want out of your landing page for reals?
This goes back to the thing that I keep pushing and keep saying. There are certain things that will always work. Mm-hmm. I remember landing pages, what we call landing pages now, in 1998, 99. I remember going to these little sales sites of marketing people that were killing it. And I was buying those $20 things, those $50 things. Those were those long they were one-page sites. And it's like, ooh, people are talking about sales or funnels and all that stuff.
You couldn't put video on the internet back then.
And the funny thing is, that stuff is not new. No. It has been around since before the 2000s. And it's just funny to me. And it's a testament that those kind of things work. Yeah. And they will evergreen. They will work forever.
Yeah, there's different ways to display that. But the core concept doesn't ever go away.
That's the key. It's not about how it looks. It's what content is in it and how you create the content. That is the key. That's what is just a landing page or a sell site, a site that actually will sell your product or service. That is the big difference. It's the content. Right. It's not about how it looks. It's not about how it's the engine that drives it in the back end. It's about the content.
That's right. Absolutely.
Content has been king, will be king, always has, always will. It is king. And understanding how to make that content is the magic.
That's where the magic is at. And after reading a bunch of books and doing a lot of research, we came up with the sales site concept. Now, the sales site concept doesn't look like anything new. It looks like what's happening all over the place right now.
Nothing different.
It looks pretty standard. But the thing that makes the huge difference is the blueprint. The blueprint that, by the way, if you go to stampedeweb.com right now, you can get that blueprint for free.
Will not cost you a dime. Never will cost you a dime. This is something that can explode your business, and probably 10% of people listening to this will actually go get it.
And if you go and get it, and even less than that will actually even do the work.
True.
But when you look at
it is hard work.
It's a lot of information.
I've had clients tell me, Bobby, this thing is a lot of work, but I learned so much about how to connect with my potential clients.
Well, and if you don't know the stuff that's on that blueprint, then you're probably struggling in some area of your business.
Absolutely.
And so working on that, working on your own business, working on yourself, working on your knowledge of what you have, what you are and what you have and what you're offering, that is what Stampede is all about. We are going to educate you not on marketing. We're the unmarketing company. We don't educate you on marketing. We educate you on yourself, on who you are.
And how to connect with people.
Yeah.
To get them to know, like, and trust you. It is all about that.
It's all about know, like, and trust you. But how can they know, like, and trust you if you don't even know who you are? How is that even possible?
What are you talking about? How can you own a business and not know what the business is? How can you say that?
Every time, every day. every business person, you ask them, what's your business? What do you do?
What's a benefit of your business?
I make
it's that we make this cool widget.
Yeah, the widget is the benefit. Yeah. No, a widget is not a benefit, folks. If you don't know that yet, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
You've got a lot to learn. We all have a lot to learn. No business owner knows it all. No business owner knows everything. That's the other power of stampeding your business, of connecting with other people, learning, educating, and becoming educated. It's a beautiful thing. So we created this blueprint. We're giving you content on our website. The podcast was created to give you content so that you can see how to create $1 million business. Stampede will be $1 million business. Mark my words, it will.
Starting from scratch with no money. We have got no backing. We've bootstrapped everything out of this thing, and it's just a bunch of business. I look at it kind of as this science project.
It's an experiment.
Yes,
it's the great business experiment.
Yes.
And so as you continue to listen to this podcast throughout,
we're going to take you for a ride with Stampede.
Yeah, and we might even make it to that $1 million mark before season 1 is over. You keep listening, because we might get you there that fast.
Yes, it took us a year to get the business model and understand what the business model was. Now that we do, we're ready for liftoff.
Absolutely.
So guys, go ahead.
So what we're doing with this podcast is we're going to talk about our experience as we go through this, building the business, building Stampede, and creating this $1 million business from scratch, from nothing. And you get to be part of this on the front seat. Yep. You're in the front seat watching the whole show.
Completely transparent. We're going to be completely transparent and have some fun with it.
Absolutely.
So go check out stampedeweb.com.
Stampedeweb.com.
That's awesome. Stampedeweb.com. We can get in a contest. Anyway, check it out. And if you've got the gumption, download the blueprint, guys. Download the blueprint. It is a powerful tool. We're going to shout that from the rooftops, and we're going to do it. You'll see everything on the blueprint. If you look at our site and you look at the blueprint, you'll understand, oh, they practice what they preach. So anyway, this has been awesome. Episode 0. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to grow a business, and hopefully we're going to assist you in growing a business too. Be a part of the Stampede
system. Stampede your business.
All of that you just said. Stampede your business movement.
Be part of the Stampede.
Be a part of
Just join the Stampede, man.
Join the Stampede.
Join the Stampede.
All right. We'll see you next time, guys.
See ya.